In this video, let's talk about Steam Deck and Nintendo Switch. As you know by now, I have here the Steam Deck model 512 gigabytes. Here is Switch OLED and this is Switch LCD model. 6.2-inch display, 7-inch and 7-inch, but the format for these consoles is different. On Switch you have a wider format, here a taller format. So anyway, this is it basically. Here you have an OLED, on Steam you have an IPS, but the overall experience in games by now, at least from my perspective, what I will say in this video is basically my experience, and that's it. It's not a paid review, it's not something like that. It's just pure my experience as a user, player, gamer, whatever you want to call it. These are all my devices. As a disclaimer, I bought them with my own money, and I use them. Basically, you will see on this channel my experience. As I said in some videos, in my country there were available two devices like this one, and I got this one with a huge price, by the way. But this is it, totally worth it. It's the best experience for me by now with any gadget out there, with any console, including PlayStation 5. So let's go back to the experience with Switch and Steam Deck. They are totally different devices. Don't expect to get the same experience here or here, because Steam Deck, it's basically a portable computer. That's why I'm displaying the keyboard here and the mouse. You have a desktop mode where you can run Linux, you can install anything out there, any application, any game, everything you want, and you can run it like on a PC. On Switch, you basically get a portable console, nice to enjoy, a lot of games, but you have, of course, downgraded quality for the graphic. But still, they are great, and the best experience you get on Switch OLED versus Switch LCD model, because the screen will display in a nicer way the games. For example, in some games they prefer to go with darker environments, graphics, in this way to compensate for the hardware. And on Switch LCD model, those games, they will look strange. Probably sometimes you won't see anything. Let's say you are in a room or in a cave in game, and you are exploring over there. Probably you won't see too much. On Switch OLED model, everything is different because the colors are way more vibrant, and the details will seem better even if it has the same hardware. This is what I'm trying to say. This is what I tried to say in all my previous videos. The OLED will change basically the experience compared with LCD model. Not to mention that you get this beautiful um, uh, stand here, kickstand, and indeed is it's something. I would love to have something like that here on Steam Deck. Instead I'm using for the moment this. Well, let's go back to Steam Deck. As you know, this is the best model. There are three models. They are different. I mean, why they are different? The first one has 64 gigabytes, the other one 256 gigabytes, and this one 512 gigabytes. It's an SSD M.2 NVMe, and it's the fastest. With this model, you don't get only that SSD, you get an anti-glare display, and only this model has it. What that means? Well, something like this. Look here. So no more reflections, annoying reflections. Also, Steam Deck will introduce 4 new additional buttons here on the back, the grip buttons, and you can customize them. You can in every game you have basically the possibility to customize your controls, and that is fantastic. You can activate gyroscope and everything else. In any game you have a layer where you can edit it. So my experience until now with these devices, it was beautiful with Nintendo Switch. It was great, a lot of exclusive games, but the graphic was so and so sometimes. But now when I can play any game out there without differences between PlayStation 5 or this one, I know you will say you don't have a 4K display. Yes, but I mean there is no more a difference between this game, for example, Battlefield, let's say this one, or Batman, that the game that you will install on your PlayStation or here. This one, for example, Apex has 100 gigabytes. It's a huge game. It's the same game that you will install on your PC or console, and you can play them most of the games at maximum quality, and you will get 30 60 frames. There are games that aren't optimized yet, but hey, this is it. You have thousands of games, and compare it, for example, with this one, the same games, let's say Dying Light. The graphic here, it's 4 or 5 times, if not more, lower than compared with what you get on Steam Deck. On Steam Deck, for example, when you play Dying Light, you play it with maximum graphic settings. So you go with very high or ultra, whatever they are called, and you get 60 frames, and that is something that is incredible. It's a new game, and when you try something like this, you cannot go back to this. That means at this moment it doesn't mean that I don't appreciate this. No, definitely you can have a lot of fun with Nintendo Switch. It's portable, it's smaller. um, look at this. Let's Sorry for the noise. something Something like this they will look in this way. Let's put them here. Let's hope that I can hold them like this. So it's not a huge difference in for their sizes. Um, you know, and you will say on Nintendo Switch you get that LCD, that OLED screen. Indeed, you will get that OLED screen. It's a huge change if you compare it with this one, with the Switch LCD model. If you compare the quality that you get in games, Steam versus Switch OLED, this is the winner. Every game will look better, and the colors and this IPS, it's fantastic. I don't know what they put here, but the colors are very vibrant and clear, and they look so nice. I prefer this quality over this OLED. I'm pretty sure if they will put here an OLED, it will be even better. But at this moment, this display, it's better than this OLED. At least this is it, thanks to the hardware, and probably also the quality. I don't know what hardware they used here as a display, but my experience and my feedback is this: better display than the OLED. And not to mention the quality. In fact, with Steam Deck, you have a portable PlayStation, Xbox, PC, whatever you want to call it. because this is it. You have access to any game, as I said, almost the entire library at maximum quality for the graphic. And this is something that I was waiting for years. At this moment, I don't believe that, I still can believe that this device is available. And regarding to the battery basically, what can I say? If you play a AAA game here, AAA in Nintendo Switch um, definition, you will get, let's say, 3-4 hours of battery, probably something like that. Here you'll get in AAA games at maximum quality 60 frames per second. You'll get 2 hours, 2 hours and a half. If you play the most demanding games, but if you play AAA games, I don't know, not so demanding, you will get up to 4 hours. And in games not so resource hungry, you'll get even 6 hours of gameplay. I have here the Assassin's Creed 1 with 6 hours of gameplay. So the battery will fluctuate based on what you play. Also here on Switch you can get a better battery if you play non-demanding game for resources. You cannot compare the hardware from this with the Steam because it's a difference between earth and sky. For example, here you have 4 gigabytes of RAM. Here you get 16, the latest generation. It's skyrock, something like this. Anyway, the experience is great on every device. Keep in mind that Steam Deck it's very hard to find at this moment, and from now on I estimate 1 year it will be the same. It will be very hard to find it. If you can get one, go for it, because it will change your entire experience with games. Meanwhile, Nintendo Switch, it's still great. You can have a lot of fun with exclusivities. And what I don't like, the fact that the prices, they are still very pricey. They're still too up at this moment for these games. And this is it. I will upload more games. What can I say about them? Because you cannot compare this with this. They are totally different. It's like comparing a plane with a bicycle, something like that. But as a player experience, as I said, definitely you can have fun with Nintendo Switch. You can still have fun. We should appreciate the console because it was here for years and it offered a very nice experience. And at this moment we have other devices, better of course. In a few years we will have even better devices than this one. This is evolution basically, and we have to accept it. So basically this is it. Thanks for watching. Please like, share, subscribe. Thanks.